What's up, guys? Welcome to another new comic book day video. Today I want to cover a couple of books that are coming out this week. It's strangely a very slow week. I've heard probably because the publishers are trying to account for the extra holiday today. But either way, I came up with 3 books that do have my attention, and I'm interested in seeing what happens next or where one of those starts. So, while that intro rolls, don't forget to like and subscribe, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. Like I said, it's kind of a slow week for releases this week, and honestly, there was only 3 books that I could come up with that I'm excited for this week. So, the first one is The Rise of Ultraman. This is a number 1. The only thing I know about it is what I've read in the preview, and honestly, that didn't give me any information at all. But it does intrigue me enough that I want to check it out. It's the art in it looks awesome. It's very well done. There's some good expressive characters there. So I'm interested to learn a little bit more about them. We do see one explosion and it's very well illustrated. There seems to be an outline of Ultraman there. So the art does come off pretty solid. And of course this is being written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom. And these are 2 very big Power Rangers fans. Kyle Higgins, of course, did the early run of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics and set up the universe that all of those exist within now. So he definitely gets tokusatsu, and I'm interested to see what he can do with Ultraman and see if he can launch that into the stratosphere just like he did for Power Rangers. So going into this, my expectation, I think on the other side it should hit around a B. Maybe an A, but honestly, Ultraman doesn't interest me as much as the rest of Tokusatsu, so I'm going in with tempered expectations just because my interest level is a little bit lower, but I do believe the writing and the art's going to be there, so I give it a solid B. Join the Future, number 5. This is a series I really haven't talked about too much because I'm just going to be honest here, this is like a C-list book for me. It's great for right now whenever it's filling in. But the thing with this book is it has this great Western aesthetic. It's kind of a sci-fi Western. And there's this great sense of scale when you see the cities in the background. In fact, I would say the artwork on the backgrounds is pretty amazing. But the art and the characters is very stiff and there's not a lot of personality to their interactions. And so that kind of turns me off. The other thing is, this is a sci-fi Western revenge story, and we also had, at the same time this has been running, there's also been Undone by Blood, which was a Western revenge story, and then also in a similar vein, I guess, That Texas Blood has come out, and honestly, both of those series are just a little bit better rounded out. So Join the Future, I think, has kind of sunk to the bottom of my pile on that. But I think this is the last book, so I'm going to go ahead and finish out the run, especially since they're dropping this last book on an empty week. So that's Join the Future, number 5. I would suggest people check it out. I think the trade might be worth reading. I can see the trade coming in a nice like B because you can just read through that whole thing and get through that series. But as an individual floppy copy kind of situation, this is easily a C for me. But it does look cool in the backgrounds. Something is Killing the Children, number 10. If you know me very well at all, you know how excited I am for this book. Something is Killing the Children has been probably the best ongoing series that's in print right now. But I also hear great things about Batman right now, which has Tynion writing that as well. So there's definitely something there. This writer is just absolutely crushing. In the last few issues, this particular story arc should be wrapping with number 10 here. And so in this story arc, what we've learned about is the Order of St. George. And within that Order of St. George falls the House of Slaughter. We've met Adam, which is another member of the House Slaughter that Erica comes from. And we have developed a lot of tension between Erica and James because they they've gotten to a point where they both want to achieve the same goal, and they have a plan for that. Unfortunately, that plan involves quite possibly not coming away with their lives. I'm excited to see how this all plays out because it's going to involve a lot of trust from James being invested in Erica, and right now they're at pretty strong odds, even though again they have a common goal, but I don't know how much trust is there, and that's going to be the key to how this all pays off. You also have Tommy and the sheriff. Tommy was recently caught red-handed murdering other children, so we know the sheriff has heard the truth, but I believe the truth is so shocking that he believes that James is trying to cover something else up, and he doesn't totally buy into this whole thing. I think he might have went with it if it was aliens, oddly enough, but he just does not believe that there's creatures out there. So I'm really excited to see how this all wraps up, this final storyline. There are some loose threads there with the little girl that they rescued. I can never remember her name. She was drawing with colors in the courthouse or the sheriff's office, and she was taken away by another character whose name I can't quite remember at the moment. And I don't know how much that says for me or for the writing, but those characters were useful, so I don't know if they're gone or if they're coming back or what's going on there. But overall, this series comes in an easy A+ for me. I absolutely love what Tynian's doing with this. He writes from within the character and really builds an organic world around them. And so this is just, it's paid off in every way. I think I came in a little hard on the second issue because it felt like everything dropped off there. But this was an excellent series. I'm glad I came back to it. This is an A+. This is my pick of the week, regardless of any books that are ever coming out on this week. So, short list, easy choices. Like I said, I'm excited for Ultraman #1, starting off that series. Join the Future #5 should be wrapping that series, so I want to see how all of that pays off. And then, of course, Something is Killing the Children #10 is going to be wrapping their second major story arc, and I'm excited to find out what happens with all of that drama. So, if you liked the video, make sure you give it a like. Give me some comments down below. Tell me what you're reading. I know there's a lot of other books coming out this week, but I think everybody agrees not nearly as many as there usually is. And so I picked the 3 books that I am excited for off that list. But tell me down below, what books are you excited for? So, until next time, keep flipping pages.